I meet the genuine person, even though I'm over in the USA now, because once they see things, or I pull up in something, or you know what I mean? It's like
They see the flag.
instantly.
I understand because I suffer the same things. I think I personally, I'll just tell you a little bit. I personally think I will never find a true love or passionate man because everybody loves me for Adriana or sees me as a meal ticket. And then when it comes to my friendships, it's very hard for me to make friends because they just want to ride my coattails. So I can understand where you're coming from. The best advice and something that I'm finding out now is you can be a nice person and you can still have a lot of boundaries, right? Like you can be a nice person, but you shouldn't be buying other people drinks and stuff like that. You know, just learn to have those boundaries. Change your personality traits a little bit when it comes to that, because if you're somebody with wealth and you're somebody that does have flashy things, unless you have those boundaries, you are going to get used, especially in LA. And then another thing that you can do is you could go to places where you have people of the same status as you, right? So like, for instance, I make a lot of money to the point where an issue in my relationship is I always make more money than the man. And it's really hard for me to find somebody that doesn't have a problem with that, or somebody that I feel like isn't taking advantage of me, because I do have a lot of times where I feel like I've been taken advantage of. Like my last boyfriend, I took him around the world around probably over 100 grand on just 2 vacations. Right. So I would say the best thing you can do, and something I've learned, is boundaries. But then other than that is to go meet people that are at your level or above your level. You need to be going to, instead of going to these clubs where there's regular people, you need to be going to members only clubs. You need to be going to events where there's not the thoughty type of people, more of the business minded people. You need to meet young women that are entrepreneurs, that run their own businesses, and that can stand at the same level as you. Because once you guys are even, you won't feel like you're being taken for or disrespected. And then also by having those boundaries, by not allowing people or giving people drinks and stuff like that, not allowing so many people into your life, is the best thing you can do. And if you have a woman that you know, you pull up and they see you're in a fancy car, 100% create a boundary with them. Well, you're not going to come home with me tonight. I'm not going to buy you a drink. If you'd like to get to know me, then we can have a conversation and talk. And before you take them, you can take them to nice dinners, not extravagant dinners, right? Nice dinners. And you can treat them and do normal, nice dates for a month or so to really get to know them, to see if they are going to potentially use you for your income or if they want to actually get to know you. So I would 100% do that.
I understand what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but the thing is, I've mixed with what you might call the upper class people.
Uh-huh.
And
are they the same way too?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't vibe with them. I find, well, back in the UK anyway,
very judgy.
A lot of them, yeah, very judgy and very arrogant people.
I know a lot of wealthy bankers and stuff over there, so I can understand as well. They don't have the they're just not very nice to average people.
No, not at all. And they can be very, very toxic.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that.
Mm-hmm.
So I always, even back in the UK, my genuine friends, I always went out with people that were, dare say, from a council estate or somewhere, and I used to hang around with them and stuff and everything. So I grew up with like what I call normal people.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me. I just don't mix with the upper class at all, even though I probably should.
You should get with the hippie people in LA. and not even, you know what you need to do? You need to have one regular car, buy a Prius, and you need to mix with the hippie people, the holistic people of LA, like the people that value communication and experiences rather than money or like things that show wealth. There are a lot of great people in LA that are kind of like the hippie-ish vibes or whatever. I would say you should try and mix with those people, especially if you're somebody that feels like you've been with people that are very judgy. Then getting with those people, they're not judgy at all. They're accepting of all types. And then if you find a girl you like that's within that class, even if you have money, their not tendency is not to use you, right? They're just more nice. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I get that. I do understand that, and I still don't know what to do. To be honest with you, it's so hard. Even just being, I mean, it might sound really stupid to you, but even being from the UK with an English accent, just going around in the States, you tend to get a lot of attention from people. And it's like, oh my God, you from the UK? And they try and copy the accent, and it's very, very awkward, especially if I pull up. Like I pulled up in a car park the other day. I just went out to go and get something to eat. I've only got one car in the state at the moment. I've got a Rubicon coming on Monday, and the first car that I bought in the States was an Aventador.
Okay.
So, yeah. So that's my daily runner at the moment. So it's, yeah. So I'm tending to get a lot of attention. I think I might just try and buy, I don't know, something like a Prius or something.
Yeah.
So people don't.
Yeah, get a Toyota.
Yeah, so it's not just about when they find out about the thing that I found in to talk to you about. It's the fact that for some reason as well, and I didn't expect it, I'm getting a lot of attention because of being English and the English accent. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I don't know if you're the other English guy who called in and I was like, "Ooh, you have an English accent. I love that," you know? So that's a very big thing for women here because I think it's something that we don't hear a lot, so we find it very attractive. And then also, in my opinion, England is old money. So women do tend to gravitate towards Englishmen, especially in the States, because most Englishmen do have old money. So, you know, I would, like I said, boundaries. If somebody starts coming up to you and they start imitating your English accent, or they start saying something about your English accent, you immediately got to put that boundary in. Hey, I'm not cool with you copying it. I get it all the time. I'm sorry, mate. It's just annoying. Can we just be friends and finish our drink, right? Create those boundaries right then and there. And then instead of buying a girl a drink, don't even buy girls drinks. If it's somebody you want to hit on, then buy them a drink. But if it's just a genuine, like you're around a group of people, don't change. Just create those boundaries now and see what happens for you.
Yeah, I think I'll do that because my friends have always told me I'm just